Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sky Lounge, and this is Peruse, episode number 18. I am just headed out of the gym, going home, in the east side of town. Yeah, I had to pause my words there because I have something fucking stuck in my ear. You know when you go inside the water, and then there's that kind of fucking stuffed feeling in your ear? You know, there's actually a secret to that. All you gotta do, get your fucking fingers wet, fucking stick it in, and wait till it pops. But as of right now, I don't want to do that because I have no clean water. Meaning the water that I have in my little cup shaker right now is full of old protein and cactus seeds. Hey, for those of you who have constipation issues and shit, you know, special shout out for you guys, because cactus seeds mixed with flax seeds are available on Amazon.com for like $9, right? That thing helps you shit like crazy. I did not follow the stop sign there. I'm an idiot. So, boys and girls, follow stop signs. Very important, especially in little buildings. Because you never fucking know what kind of jackass is just gonna pop up. Ooh, I'm gonna walk! Like, ah, fuck. Kinda fucked myself there. But, quite alright! Alright. So, heading home after a gym session. And the funny thing is, I took a pre-workout today for my gym workout, and I didn't yesterday. And the difference is so vast. The difference in product, the difference in how much effort and energy I can actually put in is so significantly different. I was kind of befuddled. Kind of at a loss for words. Like, really? My actual body can't handle a workload of an hour to 2 hours at the gym, really? An hour and a half to 2 hours, really. Because when I'm on pre-workout, man, I am going ape. I'm going an extra step. It's like Super Saiyan mode, or in the My Hero Academia verse, plus Ultra. You know, fucking a lot of anime references this week. A lot of anime references because I've been rewatching the Dragon Ball series. Now, the OG original Dragon Ball series that launched in the 1980s in Japan by Akira Toriyama after his run with Dr. Slump, which was the first manga anime that made him really popular. And you know, it's funny, last year when I went to Anime Expo, you know, I actually read a volume or two of Dr. Slump, and my god, that manga is fucking hilarious. Like, the writing behind it, the concept, you know, Akira Toriyama just being himself, it's wonderful. It's fucking fantastic to read. So if you're an anime manga fan, boys and girls, check Dr. Slump out. I'm giving a lot of free shout-outs right now. Why is that? Because I like giving credits to the sources that, you know, make this brain what it is. Because yes, you may have original thoughts, but they all derive from somewhere, right? Because at the end of the day, nowadays, there's really no original thought, right? There's really not a lot of whole original thoughts to be distributed out there, because everything that could be said has already almost been said or done or produced or created or whatever. So, you know, what I try to do here is just mix everything up. You know, I have a plethora of useless pop culture Wikipedia knowledge, and I bring a stupid perspective. I bring a stupid perspective to things. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. But I am pretty tired. Just got, you know, getting out of the gym and everything. Not really a productive day, to be honest. But hey, the podcast is out. Check it out at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud. You know, that's the Sky Lounge, S.C.Y. Lounge. For those of you who still spell it S.K.Y. So there you have it. Now, funny enough, I did record a couple of videos earlier. I actually did a Lakers review, a View and Freak, which is a live stream of me reacting to shit, and a Vegas Golden Knights review. And the dichotomy of my reaction for both teams is so vastly different. It's kind of crazy. But it all comes from a place of love. It all comes from a place of love because, like I've told you, boys and girls, I believe in a thing called sports monogamy. Each discipline of sports, you should only follow one team. And all these fucking cocksuckers who will get on the comments, you're a shit Lakers fan, dude. I support it. Once I support a team, like, that's the only team I'm going to support, all right? I'm a monogamist at heart, okay? So when you tell me that I'm a fake fan, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. I will bear with the bullshit of my team through thick and thin, and that's the bottom line. That's the fucking cold, hard truth, boys and girls. I still fuck with the Lakers despite how insanely dysfunctional they are right now. Because, my God, LeBron James, the cancer, is killing this team from the inside and out. And, yeah, right after that, I watched the Vegas Golden Knights, who I thought was going to lose today. I genuinely thought the Vegas Golden Knights were going to lose today. But, lo and behold, they pull a surprise victory out of their ass against the Tampa Bay Lightning. To be fair, they played better than Tampa Bay. You know, the whole difference being the goaltender for Tampa Bay, Andrei Vasilevsky. And, you know, the crazy thing, again, I've talked about this a lot of times, and I talked about this last week, where hockey is the newest sport for me. Hockey is the newest sport that was introduced in my life. And yet, hockey is the one that's kind of taken over my life at this point. And funny enough, also football this season. Funny enough, somehow football really got a hold of me. I was able to watch a lot of weekly games, going to the pub, watching every Sunday game as much as I can. And the thing is, you know, watching consistently and getting out of the hole of ignorance really helps you enjoy sport. I mean, really, this is applicable to anything in life, right? Out of ignorance comes knowledge. Through knowledge comes enjoyment. Through enjoyment comes passion. Through passion comes love. All this shit. And, you know, when I get mad about my teams, again, it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of love and care, because I'll tell you what, the Lakers, Arsenal, I'll bitch about those teams all day, every day. The Dodgers have been breaking my heart, despite the fact that I'm not a baseball connoisseur by any means. I just really like the Dodgers because of what they mean to Los Angeles, the culture, and what I grew up with. I went to a Dodgers game. It was one of the first sporting events I've ever gone to in Los Angeles when I was a kid, and so, you know, it has a near and dear place in my heart. You know, technically speaking, the Lakers and Dodgers I've been following since 1998, since I moved to this country. You know, and the other teams, funny enough though, I haven't really been following for so long. Arsenal I've been following since 2014. The Seattle Seahawks I've been following since 2014 as well. I believe, yeah, 2014? Was it 2014? Which one was the one where they lost to the Patriots? Because I started following them after they lost the Patriots. And once they did that, you know, I was like, fuck it, this is going to be my team, and I'm going to stick to them. And again, hockey never entered my life until the Vegas Golden Knights came into town. And again, the whole tragedy of October 1st really not beyond the team sport, what it did for our community was so huge and so significant that it really gelled to me that, man, this is our team. This is my team. Like, especially living here for, good God, 15 years now. I've been living in Las Vegas for 15 years now. And the very fact that this team has become part of our community in such a short time is so incredible. And I'm sure there's all this, I'm sure with every and as is such with every organization, I'm sure there's dysfunctions. I'm sure there's problems here and there. But at the end of the day, it's my team. I support them. I love them. I mean, and anytime, you know, Vegas goes on a poor run like they did earlier, you know, they had a 4-game losing streak. And I remember thinking, my God, dude, I can't believe they are sucking so much ass. And, you know, when you're going against a number one team in the league, it's very hard to keep that sort of level of optimism. But, you know, Vegas came out of it today, you know, in a shootout. And the whole thing with hockey, which I'm enjoying so much right now, is learning all the subtlety and nuances, little movements here and there. And I have a buddy who's a former hockey player, played for UNLV, and I always love picking his brains because for me, I love talking to experts or people who know more than me, because that way I get to learn more. So you know, soccer, aka world football. My buddy Nicholas, English dude. Manchester United fan, you know, shout out to Nick, my boy. You know, I always like to, you know, confer to him for football knowledge, because he, you know, England is a country that is so heavy and so marinated, or so saturated in the football culture, that majority of Englishmen, dude, they live, eat, and breathe football. And I always love talking to Nick about football. I always love picking his brains. And here's the thing, bottom line is, boys and girls, my buddies and I, we can always have difference of opinions in different aspects of sports. But at the end of the day, these are just opinions. We may support different teams, we fly different banners, but at the end of the day, if we're cool, we're cool. Problem nowadays is that if you have a difference of opinion, you know, a lot of times what you see on social media, you're either with me or against me, which is stupid. That completely destroys common discourse and this whole idea of, you know, calm, sensible discussion. And granted, I mean, you could start going crazy, yelling, you know, all this shit, but at the end of the day, there has to be some level of respect between people who debate each other, right? Or who talk about different aspects of whatever issues they're talking about. And this has become so toxic and more prevalent in politics, which I claim no expertise in. I do not claim any expertise in politics. I never did, I never do, and I never will. Because to me, at the end of the day, what politics is a bunch of fucking grown-ass children who were probably student council in fucking high school and needed some sort of desperate attention. It's just a bunch of these fucking kids just wanting to say me, look at me, look at what I'm doing. And they are essentially, because of their little tantrums, ruining a country and dividing it. Dividing a country by, ruining a country by dividing it into stupid issues, stupid identity politics, where it shouldn't even happen. And my buddy Nick and my buddy Ryan and his dad Joe, shout out to all the boys who, you know, who I like to think are the enlightened pub crusaders at McMullen. Shout out to McMullen's Irish Pub, the fucking best fucking pub in Las Vegas, period. And we always talk about this. Common discourse should be a thing, but the problem is we have all these morons who always want to say me, and don't want to listen. Because the bottom line, boys and girls, is there's going to be opinions out there that you don't want to hear, right? And you could hear them out. And, right, I mean, so for me, I hear opinions all the time, right? I make opinions all the time. But if it's not substantiated on facts, on some sort of, you know, I don't know, common sense, or sometimes I just do it for humor. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Some opinions I have, it's just all based on humor, all based on comedy. And I let you folks know, and I'm very honest about it. But there are some idiots who just say shit because they think they're fucking, you know, they're the shit. And these are the toxic people. And I know I'm being really general, and I'm being really, like, kind of ambiguous with that shit, but everyone kind of acknowledges what I'm talking about, right? The whole, you know, if you're, 50. If you're not with me, you're against me, and I fucking hate everybody who's against me because you're wrong. And politics has become a breeding ground for that level of toxic mentality. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And it really shows when people talk about politics, that majority of people are fucking morons. Like, you don't know the issue. Majority of you don't know the issue. When I say majority, I'm pretty much saying like 85% of you do not know the issues. You don't study the fucking politics. You don't study the policy behind it. You don't study the actual context of what happens in the government. And so when that happens, you're just spreading misinformation and opinions. Opinions are not facts. We have to get that straight. Opinions are not facts. The problem is, a lot of times, people think opinions are facts. And that is a huge, huge problem, boys and girls. It really is. It really is. And I'm afraid, what I'm ultimately afraid of now is we might reach a point of Salem witch trial level of stupidity in the United States. What I mean by this is, oh look, she said something crazy. She needs to be burned like a witch. That's a Monty Python voice, but essentially I feel like that's what's happening with the United States. Especially with this whole social media shit fueling the flames. And now you got real life people, like that fucking politician out there. Was she in New York? I don't fucking know. That whole anarchist bullshit, like socialist anarchy bullshit. Like, I'm like, dude, come on. Socialism never worked. Socialism won't work. What are we talking about here? Like, burn the witch! Yeah! That's what it's become. And some of you might be saying, this guy is making no sense. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, you know what? This entire fucking political scene, this entire social media scene in the United States is a fucking joke. And my God, it's hilarious how many fucking people are just going down the abyss, just going down the rabbit hole, like, oh, I'm gonna get something right. Like, dude, politics is a fucking funhouse mirror. It is a load of bullshit right now. Why the fuck would you get into it? Holy cow. It's too much. It is absolutely too much. And it's funny, last year, when I was working for this tech company, called Atrian. Shout out to Adrian, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I fucking give a shout out to everybody. But I actually met somebody who was running for the House of Representatives. I forget her name, but Native American woman. And she was one of the first, and she won. And she was one of the first Native American congressman or House Representative member. I forget what she was running for, councilwoman. Apologies, because I don't fucking memorize this shit, but I met her at this little soiree, for like a fucking hospitality event. And, she was detailing all the things she had to do for, campaigning, all this stuff. I'm like, wow, that is so much work. And to these individuals who, want to make a difference, and it's very visible that they want to make a difference, I'm like, kudos to you guys, because you absolutely want to do something. And then there are people who just fucking want to do this shit for attention. Just like student council, right? Remember high school? All those fucking wannabe cool kids in fucking student council? I'm cool. Like, are you? Are you though? Like, you just seem like a cunt who wants attention, right? I was always the outlier asshole. I never really wanted to be part of any fucking social clubs, even though I was part of Key Club International. I don't fucking know why. But, when you're a young kid, you want to fucking belong, all this shit. And you actually care about other people's opinions, but because you're in high school. But you grow older, you stop giving less fucks, and you realize that most people are fucking morons. Seriously, majority of people are fucking morons, and their opinions do not matter in your life, right? But what happens? It's all about my opinion of the highway now. And again, social media has made this culture so toxic, and every fucking time I open Twitter, Instagram, any of that shit, I have to immediately close it after a minute or so, because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to get into this shit. I don't want to dive down this hole of political bullshit, of stupid social matter opinions, because it's a funhouse mirror. It's a rabbit hole of bullshit, and I don't want to get into it. Granted, sometimes it's amusing to watch, don't get me wrong, but most of the times, it's a waste of energy. It's a fucking waste of energy, man. Like, why the fuck Do I want to read about some jackass politician's opinions about fucking, I don't know, some bullshit policy that I don't give a fuck about? Like, what? Who cares? Who fucking cares, right? But there you go. We got dumbass opinions everywhere. You know, all the sheeps out there just trying to find a fucking new shepherd who is also a sheep. So, we are a den full of fucking sheeps, and we are gonna get mauled by the real lions out there. Yeah. What a morbid way to try to end this. Yeah, because I'm almost home. I need to segue this to an end, boys and girls. Can't talk forever, right? But hey, man, all I'm saying is, you know, search the facts, research the facts, right? Form your own opinions. And you know what? It's ironic. Sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I just follow along with the headlines. I admit to that. I'll admit to that right now. But you have to recognize the flaws of that and try to exercise yourself out of that kind of practice, because it's only going to be a detriment to you. Ignorance is not bliss, my friends. Trust me. Ignorance is ignorance, and it'll put you in a place of stupid funhouse mirror opinions like Twitter. And knowledge is absolute power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. With knowledge, you can form fun opinions, twist the truth to however you want to fucking formulate it. And for me, it's always about knowledge is power, and how do I want to tell the truth in my own fucked up way? And that's called an opinion. And again, boys and girls, what do I say about opinions? If you don't like it, leave. I don't need you to follow this shit. If you don't like it, you don't have to follow. Trust me. I've said this so many times. Yet people still somehow wants to make their little fucking dumbass cancerous opinions known. Oh, you're a piece of shit. Like, dude, you don't have to follow me. Trust me. All right? Like, I know I'm a cunt. And so you don't have to fucking let me know that I'm a cunt. Because that is called redundancy. And we're kind of about that life, but we're all about consistency here, boys and girls. So, opinions are like farts. You don't have to smell them. You can just walk the fuck away. Boys and girls, follow me at the SC.Y on all links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Now fuck off.